Are you hesitant to use social media for privacy and security reasons? I hope today's video will help you feel a little bit more secure. Hi, I am PixelPia. Today, I am going to talk about security and privacy on the internet in general, and specifically on your security settings that I think it's important to change on Instagram. I'm going to use Instagram's website to show you today, but all these settings and some more can be found even if you're using the app on your phone or your tablet. So let's take a look at my Instagram account. So here we are at my profile page for PixelPia Live. And to get to the settings we need to change, you just click on your little avatar up to the right here and shows settings. The very first thing I want to show you is under privacy and settings. And that is at the top here, private account. If you want your account to be private, you just click up there. And as you could see, no, you couldn't because it's hidden behind me down in the corner here. It said settings saved. And to unclick that, it asked me if I wanted to. And this black bar that popped up at the bottom told me that setting was saved. To set your account as private means that you have to approve everyone that you will want to have access to see your photos and your videos. If you use your account just to keep in touch with family and friends, this could be a good alternative. We are now moving back to edit profile. The reason I wanted to show you about private account first is that one thing is very important. Even if you have a private account, your public profile is just that. It's public. Even though it doesn't show, let me take you to my profile here. If it's a private account, none of these would be seen by people when they came to my account. The only thing they would see is this top part, my avatar and my bio. So let's go back into setting and edit profile. Here you find your bio in the center here. If you have your account set to private, it is really important that you think about what information you put in your bio, if any. Because even for private accounts, that is public. Next, let's talk about this part, changing password. First of all, it's important how you create your password. I suggest you use at least 20 characters and a mix of upper and lowercase letters. Include some numbers and some specialty signs. Mix them up. Don't use any regular, normal, everyday words or pet names or anything like that. Make it as hard as possible for eventual hackers. I also suggest that you regularly change your password, maybe every 2 or 3 months, and that you use different passwords for each social media account, for each platform. Don't use the same password for all your social media, because if you have the bad luck to get hacked on one account and you use the same password everywhere, you have opened the door for that hacker to get into all of your accounts. If you have a hard time remember your passwords, I suggest that you look into a password manager. There are many different kinds that you can download, and I will do a separate episode about that later on in this series, where I will take a look at a couple of them. So, as I said, remember to change your password and mix it up. Now, let's go back to privacy and security. We have already talked about the private account. Now, look at activity status. This allows people that follow you and people you message with to see when you are active on Instagram. If you are very infrequent in your activity, it doesn't really matter if this is on or off. If you have a very set pattern where you are on your Instagram at certain points of time, always the same, I suggest you don't have this on. Just for the simple reason that you don't want people to be able to figure out your behavioral patterns. The next thing I want you to take a look at is comments and edit comment settings. I have not yet done this on this specific account, but on all other social media accounts, I have added a long list of keywords that I want blocked from my comment section. For this one, I have right now just used default keywords, and this will block any comments including very common negative keywords that you don't want to see in your comment section. But for all others account, I have a list somewhere between 250 and 300 words at this point that I keep on adding to when something I don't want to see again shows up in my comment section. Whether it's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, no matter which social platform, I always have my keyword filters there. Now let's go back to privacy and setting and continue scrolling down a little bit until we come to the maybe most important part, a two-factor authentication. I suggest that you have this set up on every social media platform you are on. I have already set it up. In my case, I used text message. There are some third-party apps you can use for this. I prefer to use text message. Every time I log in to my Instagram account, I get a text message with a numerical code that I have to put in, a confirmation code that I have to put in to be able to log in. So even if someone should figure out my very random password and try to log in, the message would go to my phone and the code would go to my phone. So without at the same time hacking my phone, they couldn't get very far. So two-factor identification is something I really want everybody on all platforms to enable. Now there are a couple of things that you can do only on phone or on Facebook when it comes to Instagram. Because as you know, Instagram is owned by Facebook. One is payment and order options. If you are a frequent shopper on Instagram, you see an ad and you buy it, you have the possibility to save your credit or debit card information. I prefer not to. But once again, it's up to you. Those settings can only be done on the phone or directly from Facebook. Another setting that you can control on Facebook that's not so much about security and privacy, more about annoyance, that is your ad preferences. If there are types of ads that you want prohibit Facebook or Instagram to show to you, could be alcohol, tobacco, or something else. Those settings can only be done on the Facebook page. Before I leave today, I want to talk about some general tips when it comes to security and privacy online. And since we're talking Instagram and talking sharing photos, tip number 1 is, okay, you're out, you're traveling, you're on vacation, you take these beautiful, beautiful vacation photos and you want to share it. I suggest you wait to share those until you are back home. I don't want you to advertise to potential burglars that your home is empty right now because you are on vacation. Tip number 2, and I have seen this happen many times. You use a public computer, maybe you are at the library, or you borrow someone's phone to quickly log in and check for something, and you forget to log out. That gives other people access to your account, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, no matter what. If you use someone else's computer, tablet, phone, remember to log out. The third thing is pretty general, and you should know this by now. Be very careful when you click on a link in a message or in an email. Make sure you know who the sender is and that you can trust this link. Number 4, we talked a little bit about third-party applications. One could be the password manager, can be a third-party application, but many social media, you can connect a lot of different third-party applications to make your experience easier and maybe more fun. But be careful. Not all third-party applications should be used. There are those that they look like something very helpful or very fun and intriguing, but their real purpose is to collect your information. So be very careful with your use of third-party applications. If you are unlucky and you start to see comments in your name or posts that looks like they come from you, but they don't. Either you have used someone else's computer or phone and forgot to log out and gave them access to impose as you, or your account has been hacked. If you think your account has been hacked or someone else is logged in, the first thing you should do is change your password immediately. The second thing is go through these third-party applications. And every application that you can live without and that you are not 100% sure it's safe, revoke their access. If this isn't enough and you still have problem and you believe you've been hacked, I will have a link for Instagram's help section about what to do if you think your account is hacked. That link will be down in the description. I hope today's video will help you overcome the fear for lack of security and privacy online and on Instagram. I will continue this series of Instagram, and if there is anything specific that you would like help with when it comes to Instagram, I would like for you to leave a comment down below, and I will try to help you either in the comments or to create a video about your problem. Until next time, as we say in Sweden, hej då!